What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the A24 Archive. This is the series where I go back from the first A24 film to the most current film in their catalog. And today I'm going to be talking about a movie that I've never seen before. And I was really looking forward to checking this one out because I had heard a lot of good things about this film. And the movie I'm going to be talking about today is Slow West. Slow West is directed by John Maclean. In the Old West, a 17-year-old Scottish boy played by Kodi Smit-McPhee teams up with a mysterious gunman played by Michael Fassbender to find the woman with whom he is infatuated, played by Karen Pistorius. So that really is it. As simple as that is, that's the premise. Kodi Smit-McPhee is from Europe. He comes over to the United States to go after this girl that he was in love with. And when he gets here, he's on his adventure and he's going alone, and he runs into Michael Fassbender, who for some reason, just right out of the gate is like, hey, I'll help you get there. You're not going to be able to do this on your own. It's really rough terrain out here. It's really difficult, but I will help you get there. And as they go on, they see these Native American tribes where their entire villages have been burnt down. There's a lot of violence between white people and Native American culture that's going on, which is kind of in the background, just to kind of give you a little bit more suspense. There's violence where these stores are being robbed. There's these bounty hunters who are introduced, where we find out that the young woman who Kodi Smit-McPhee is going after to find because he's in love with her, she has a bounty on her head, and her father both have a bounty on their head for $2,000. And so Michael Fassbender secretly is just trying to get the bounty. And it's all about the relationship between Michael Fassbender and Kodi Smit-McPhee and how their friendship kind of forms and builds over time. And it's really a short runtime. It's about an hour and 24 minutes, but it felt like just a really incredibly well-made Western movie. The cinematography in this film is gorgeous. That was the first thing that struck my eye. It's just breathtaking. This film takes place in Colorado, so there's a lot of beautiful shots of the mountains. And what I love is this idea of that they have to camp out every night. They don't really have tents or anything to sleep in. They're just kind of sleeping under the stars. And there's a lot of moments where the weather and the kind of adverse effects really kind of take a toll into their lives. And what's really interesting is you have Michael Fassbender's character, who we find out was this bounty hunter for a really long time, who just kind of is just in it for himself. He's just doing what he does because he needs to survive, and that's the whole reason why he's the way that he is. But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, Kodi Smit-McPhee's character, who's this really passionate, loving person who tries to see the best in people. There's this really brilliant scene early on where they're out riding horses together, and there's this group of men who are singing this song. Kodi Smit-McPhee ends up speaking French to them and talks about the beauty of life and death and the cyclical nature of it, and just kind of how he's always in tune and perceptive to the things around him, and that kind of opens Michael Fassbender's eyes up to the world in a new way. There's this really brilliant scene where Kodi Smit-McPhee gets away from Michael Fassbender because he just feels like he's selfish and he wants to escape, doesn't want to be around him because he thinks he's doing everything he's doing for the wrong reasons. And he runs into this guy who says that he is currently working with the Native American tribes to try to find out why they're being wiped out, and the conversations that they have together are super deep and intellectual compared to Michael Fassbender's character, who's really just trying to get this kid to this spot so that he can make this money. There's so many amazing scenes in this film, and they're really just little vignettes that build you up to this third act showdown that is absolutely incredible. You have Ben Mendelsohn's character, who's introduced, who's the head of this bounty hunter organization. He's really kind of this gruff, dirty, gross looking guy, and there's some really great humorous moments embedded throughout the seriousness and tone of this film. And I feel like it balances, Wes Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, all these filmmakers who have made this genre of film over time, done in such a unique and interesting way. It feels very much like a small scale, low budget movie, that there was so much attention to the devil in the details. And I really appreciated this movie a lot more than I thought that I would. It's a very short runtime, but it's really effective in that the hour and 20-minute runtime is utilized to the best of its ability. I don't think the screenplay is always perfect, and I don't feel like every moment in it 100% works, but I do feel like this is a strong film in A24's catalog early on. This is, I believe, my 21st film in A24's catalog that I've watched, and it's definitely one of the better ones. I feel like there's been a lot of stinkers early on in their career that I've talked about on this channel, and this is cool because I feel like the Western genre is something we don't always get a lot of, and if we do, it's not always great. Every now and again you get a Django Unchained, or you get like a Hateful Eight or something that takes place in this time period, which obviously those are two Tarantino films. You also can get like the Coen brothers remake of True Grit, where you can truly have some amazing Western films, and I feel like this is one of the better ones that I've seen over the years, and it's not anything super thought-provoking. It's just really great to sit down, watch this movie, get invested with these characters, and just kind of enjoy the ride, and I'm so glad that I did. So have you seen Slow West? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was great. I had so much fun watching it. It was great performances all around, and I cannot wait to watch more in A24's catalog. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.